All right, aspirants, let's jump straight into it. We've got some absolutely critical updates and some very common exam traps that you need to know for today, January 9th. Listen up. If you mark 7.2% as the GDP growth today, you are absolutely wrong. The brand new NSO data has changed everything, and this is probably the biggest trap you'll face, so pay very close attention. First up, the GDP growth trap. See, the examiners know there are two different figures floating around, one from the National Statistical Office and one from the Reserve Bank of India, and you can bet they're going to use this to trip you up. Okay, picture this. You're in the exam hall, the clock's ticking, and this question pops up. The options are going to have two numbers you've definitely seen before, but picking the right one, well, that comes down to just one tiny detail. And here it is, the trap laid bare. The really common mistake is to go with the RBI's projection, which was 7.2%. But the correct answer, the official first advance estimate from the NSO, is now 7.4%. This is the number that matters. So what's the big takeaway? It's simple. Read the question. If it specifically asks for the RBI projection, then yeah, it's 7.2%. But if it asks for the official NSO estimate or just India's estimated GDP growth, the right answer is 7.4%. Don't let a single mark slip away on this one. Okay, let's move on to the next trap. This one's all about the latest Henley Passport Index for 2026. This is a classic area where examiners love to test how closely you've been paying attention. And you guessed it, you'll see a question with two numbers that seem connected but are totally different. They love to throw these two at you, just hoping you'll mix them up when you're under pressure. So let's clear this up. India's rank has climbed to the 78th position globally. Great news! And what does that rank get us? It gets Indian passport holders visa-free access to 64 countries. So remember, one is our position on the ladder, the other is the power that position gives us. Your job here is really simple, but absolutely critical. Do not mix up the rank, which is 78, with the access count, which is 64. A good way to remember, the rank is the higher number, the access count is the lower one. Don't swap them. All right, on to trap number 3. This is a classic. Figuring out who's actually in charge of a big government initiative. These kinds of questions are really a test of how well you know the machinery of the government. So when you see a question about a program like Udyog Manthan, which is all about industry, right? The options are specifically designed to lead you down the wrong path. They'll give you some very famous organizations that seem like the logical choice, but they're wrong. Don't fall for it. It is not DPIIT, and it's not the Ministry of MSME. The correct answer is the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, DPIIT. And that comes under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. You gotta lock this one in your memory. Okay, we're moving on from the traps. Now, here are two high-value facts you absolutely must know. These are the kinds of direct recall questions you'll see. No tricks here, just pure memory work. First up, a huge regulatory appointment. Leadership changes at places like SEBI are guaranteed questions. The new chairperson of SEBI is Renu Karnad. Say it with me, Renu Karnad. Remember that name. And second, you need to remember this big number. The RBI has slapped a 2.50 crore rupee penalty on HDFC Bank. Anytime a penalty is imposed on a major bank like this, it's a hot topic for exams. The amount is what's key, 2.50 crores. Okay, team, it's time for a final rapid-fire recall. We're going to lock in today's most important data and make sure these facts are absolutely cemented in your mind for exam day. You ready? What's the number of the day? Come on, you know this. It's 7.4%. That is the official NSO GDP growth estimate. And what's the name of the day? The name you need to remember is Renu Karnad, the new chairperson of SEBI. And that's it, revision complete. You've seen the traps, you've memorized the key facts. Now get back to your studies and stay focused. You've got this.